guys, so welcome to my bedroom. I never film in here. I feel like the bedroom is quite a private space. So even when friends and family come over, I always like to keep the bedroom door shut. However, because I am decluttering my wardrobe today, I thought, you know what, let's just bring the camera in here. I've made the bed. I've got all new bedding, by the way. This is what I got for Christmas. I got a new bedspread and a few new cushions, and I am absolutely loving it. So I have broken this down into a few simple, easy to follow steps. If you've watched my wardrobe declutters before, I'm pretty much following the same process. I'm just going to start off by pulling everything out. I feel like that's the best way to do it. Wiping down all the surfaces with some warm water and essential oils, make it smell really fresh. And then from there, we can get into organizing. And also, I want to go a little more in depth in how I sell my items because I get so many questions on that. I was going to film a whole separate video on how I sell my belongings. However, I started to plan it and it wasn't going to be a very long video, so I thought I could kind of slip it into this one. So without further ado and without any further procrastination, let's just get straight into it. So with this area here, so weird, something here must have popped like with the IKEA wardrobe, and because it rests on like little prongs that stick out, we had a situation where it was like a domino effect and all of the shoe racks just fell from the top all the way to the bottom. It honestly sounded like an earthquake. We were like, what the hell was that? We were looking around the house and it was in here and it ended up scratching a lot of areas. So my full honest review on the IKEA packs is I probably would stick, I absolutely love the drawers and everything. I love the hanging sections and anything that's kind of solid, anything with this timber. When it comes to these metal shoe racks and when they're hanging on by a thread, because honestly, the little notch is this big. Like if it was longer, that would not have happened, but it's just this little notch here that all of your shoes are resting on. So I would probably just stick to a standard like shelf or something. I am thinking about doing that, heading to IKEA, maybe adding a few little sections. I really want to get one of the accessory drawers. I think it's about $100, but it's a really thin, beautiful drawer that you pull out and it has spots for all of your jewelry or all of your sunglasses. So I'm thinking of doing that. But anyway, so what I'm thinking is with this shoe area, because Ryan and I share it, I generally only use up maybe 2 full rows of shoes, especially if I go through and do a bit of a declutter. I don't know if you guys noticed in the time lapse, but I have so many slippers, and it's because I bought slippers for my hen's weekend and then also for like all the girls getting ready here before my wedding, and they were all kind of left here once we all went to the wedding. So I was throughout the winter just wearing all different pairs of slippers, and yeah, I've got way too many. So anyway, I need to declutter those. I need to reset this, but I'm thinking that this whole setup will be temporary because yeah, so this is Ryan's stuff here. He has these 2 drawers here and I have the bottom 2 larger drawers, and it's just so nice after you wipe everything out. It smells amazing in here. Last time I did this reset, I did all of Ryan's stuff as well, but I just don't think I've got time. But from here, I'm going to move you around to all of the stuff on the bed and how I kind of sort it all before bringing it back in. Alright, so everything is here. I've also got a bunch of washing that I've done over the holidays, about 3 baskets worth, out on the dining room table, all folded, all clean, ready to go back into my wardrobe. But I thought there's no point bringing it in yet because I knew I was going to do this declutter. I also have 2 packages that just arrived at the door, and I ordered some more of these tees from Uniqlo because I live in them. I wear them to work, I wear them as with my active wear, and then I also wear them just day to day. So I ordered another white one and also a grey one. I may as well open them up actually and show you. They're just so great. They wash really well, so I know that I am going to get a lot of wear out of these. So there's the white one. They were on sale for $14.90. They're usually around $19.90, I think. And then I went for the grey one. I never usually go for grey, but it was in my little colour analysis chart, like more cool tone colours. So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably just pair it with like denim shorts. And then we've got my Dish stuff. So Dish was having a huge sale. I feel like with Dish, I'll only really buy it on Depop because there's so much available on there at a really good price. But there were a couple of things that were on sale and I thought, you know what, I'll get a lot of wear out of that. So I opted for a black set. So I have, I don't know if it's here, I wear a Dish linen set all the time. It's like a top and pants. And yeah, I basically live in it, and they have the same set, same cut, everything, but in a slightly different fabric, which I thought would be great because it's not linen. It's probably just like a polyester really, but I thought it would be great for work because I don't have to worry about ironing it, and it's got that crinkle effect. So you've got the black top, which I can also wear with any other pants in my wardrobe or skirts. And then we've got the drawstring pants. The Dish drawstring pants are great. I find them really flattering. They don't dig in anywhere because you can adjust. If it has elastic, I'm not interested. If it's a drawstring, I love it. So these are the pants. They just drop all the way to the floor. So I got all of those. I'll pack those into my wardrobe as I do this. So I am just going to, there's a big space on the floor next to me. This is the wardrobe here, by the way. We've got a wall. This is where the TV is and the bed. And then on this side is where the ensuite is. I don't know if I've ever done like a house tour before. But anyway, there's a big space here. I am just going to throw, like I'm literally going to throw stuff. So this can be hung up. Actually, maybe I'll actually hang up as I go the stuff I want to put back. Anything that I feel like I'll be able to sell on Depop, I will hang on a railing in my office. I've got a spare railing in there and that's where I like to hang it all. And then yeah, like I said, I can talk more about how I sell stuff later on in the video. So as I'm putting stuff away, I am thinking I might reconfigure this, because until I do get an extra drawer for all of my accessories, I really want to put like a section in my wardrobe for my jewelry box. Right now, my beautiful jewelry box is in my office along with my handbags, but because it's in there, I feel like I'm not, same with my sunglasses, I'm not really styling of a morning with those pieces because they're in another room. Whereas if I had my jewelry, belts and sunglasses laid out somewhere here, I'd probably wear them more. So what I'm thinking is I might move this little railing here, because some of these longer shorts aren't hanging very well here anyway, and I want around this height of me when I'm standing in front of my wardrobe there to be some kind of shelf where I can have my jewelry box and sunglasses. So this might take a little bit because I am moving the drawers. It takes a little bit of time, but I think it's going to be worth it. And it is nice to just change up the wardrobe a little bit. I feel like it's getting a little bit stagnant. I'm just going to get stuck into it. I have my screwdriver here and I'm starting to get a little bit hungry. It is now 12:30, but Ryan is out in the kitchen making us lunch, and I feel like I will have to take a break to eat and then maybe finish it off after lunch. Good morning guys. So it's obviously the next day. I was knackered when it got to yesterday afternoon. I spent all day in there doing that. Thoroughly enjoyed it. So glad that I went to the effort of actually reconfiguring my wardrobe, because it just feels so fresh. It's almost like when you rearrange your bedroom, it just feels like you've got a whole new space. So once I put all of my clean clothes away, I actually got out my planner this morning whilst I was having my coffee and crossed off a bunch of stuff on my wish list, because I realized I have so many clothes, I don't need any more at this stage. And it's just so crazy when you go around your house, you pull all of your clothing together, pull everything out, wash it all, clean it all, put it all away properly, you realize just how much you have. So when it comes to what I sell, anything that is a decent brand. So this is why it's so important to just invest your money into good brands rather than fast fashion, because you will be able to get wear out of clothing, and if for some reason that item of clothing isn't working for you, you will be able to make your money back, which I feel is one of the hardest parts about decluttering. Is you're so worried that you've spent all this money on these items and now you're not wearing them, so you hold on to them. Whereas if you know that it's a decent brand, you'll be able to sell it, you're much more, like, I'm quite ruthless with my stuff. I've kind of realized that the more I go through all of these declutters and the more I have comments from you guys, I have never had an issue with getting rid of stuff unless it's super sentimental things like jewelry or special items from over the years. But when it comes to clothing and fashion accessories, I don't hold on to anything. So the stuff that I have here, it's really good to have a look at what you're actually looking to sell to see if there's any common denominators. So I have noticed that half of this stuff is gifted items of clothing that I won't actually be wearing. So generally when I do a collaboration with a brand, they will give you either a dollar figure or tell you to select a number of items. And generally, maybe half of the items I actually love and wear and will recommend to you guys, but there are some that I have received which you guys probably haven't even seen yet that I just didn't want to mention because I selected them but they weren't really working out and I wouldn't yet recommend them to you guys. So when it comes to vintage handbags, I like to sell them on Facebook. So I am part of a Facebook group called Authentic Luxe Australia. And the reason why I like to sell on there is because it's a targeted group of women and men who like pre-loved designer items, and they're just based in Australia. I think there's a couple of thousand people within that group, and I just get so much more peace of mind knowing that my pre-loved designer items aren't going overseas and they're just being posted within Australia. So that is I get a lot of questions as to where I sell my designer items, and it's always just that Facebook group. So jump on Facebook, see if you can find any luxury groups within your country, and I find that's the best way to do it. If I didn't have that option, I would sell them on eBay, because I feel like eBay is a really simple, well-known platform to use, and I don't think there's any fees involved. There might be PayPal fees when you do a transaction, but platforms like Vestiaire Collective and those other designer platforms, I feel like there's fees involved, whereas eBay there's not, as long as you have authentication like certificates and stuff, which you can. There's so many online sources now that can authenticate your pre-loved items. When it comes to clothing and shoes, I always use Depop. We don't have Vinted here in Australia, and Depop is just the easiest and the best for me. Anyone who is on Depop is looking for fashion items, so I find they sell really well. In saying that, there are some items that it's so much easier to just donate than trying to sell. The only stuff I've got on this railing and in this basket is either a good brand or perfect condition with tags. Because yeah, with Depop it's a lot of searching going on, so if it's a brand that no one's really searching, then it is going to be hard to sell those items. When it comes to accessories, again, I use Depop for things like sunglasses, jewelry. I sold some jewelry recently on there and it sold really quickly. Tech and electronics, so things like my hairdryer. I have a Cloud9 curler as well. This is what I'll sell on Facebook Marketplace. I don't even know if I can sell it on Depop. You might be able to, but anything that is decent condition, so this is like practically brand new condition, I will just sell on Facebook Marketplace and the person can come and just pick it up. Or I do always offer the postage option as well. So on my Depop, I have in the bio, no refunds or returns. So I feel like that's really important, because there have been times when someone purchased a pair of sunglasses from me and they received them and they said, oh, they don't really suit my face. I am not a huge website where I can just offer refunds and stuff with postage and everything. I feel like when it's pre-loved, there's a bit more of a risk involved. So just state that in your bio, no refunds or returns. It's very common with anything that you're buying that's secondhand. The second tip I would do is bundles. So you can have an option on Depop where if they buy a bundle of stuff, they'll get free shipping, and I think that is totally worth it. It's a great way to get rid of a lot of your stuff, and yes, you have to pay the shipping costs, but generally it's just a really good way to get rid of stuff. On Depop right now is where you need to be. There is so much on there, so much good stuff for sale right now, because everyone else is doing their wardrobe declutter, and now is also the best time to sell your stuff because everyone's on there. So if you have any questions at all about how I sell stuff, any other tips and tricks, I can't think of any right now, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them for you. So here we have all of my pants and also my skirts as well. So I've got a few different hanging mechanisms for these. We've got the little S hooks for my shorts, and then when it comes to my long pants, I decided that I can just use these ones because I have so many of these hangers, so I've just used those, and it's just really nice to have them all laid out like this. Before I had them all folded and put into a drawer, so the fact that I can see all of these at a glance, it's just, yeah, much easier for me to choose my outfits. And then up here we have all of my heavier jackets and coats, and I do have a couple of longer items here, but there was just no point having a whole separate section for it. So with this, I've got like a maxi dress here. I've just kind of looped it around so that way it's not as long. So that, yeah, dresses, coats, and anything heavier is up here. And then down here we have all of my shirts. So I actually have quite a few shirts I didn't even realize, like plenty of button-up ones. How funny is it? On my wish list I had another striped shirt. I've literally got so many, there is no need for any others. And then I also hang some blouses and stuff in here as well. And also, generally I would fold any like rib knit tank tops or anything, but if they're part of a set and they're a little more dressy, I've decided to hang it up. So this here is the matching skirt for this blouse. So really love the way that that's set out, and there's still so much room here. And then here is where I have my jewelry box and sunglasses. So I can simply just lift this up and see all of my jewelry at a glance, as well as this little drawer here. And I am still thinking about getting the IKEA drawer. So I think it's about this high. I'd be able to pull it right out and it would have spots for all of my rings and more dressier jewelry. So I am thinking of doing that. I've got my sunglasses. I do have a couple more pairs of sunglasses, but I've decided to put them aside because I want to sell them. In this little pouch here, I just have, this is a new pouch and I thought it would be perfect to hold all of my little travel jewelry cases in there. And I've got things like my wedding shoes stacked up there, the box for my watch, and I was going to bring my perfume in here, but there's no point because I don't really like spraying perfume in the bedroom. So I'm just going to leave it for my accessories. Then in all of my drawers, this one I've got all of my tank tops, and I did decide, or just basics and t-shirts and stuff. So I did decide to fold them all in the KonMari method because it is easy to see them all. So I've got plenty there. We've got light colours on one side, dark on the other. Then I've got all of my pajamas next. So yeah, wintry pajamas and then also summery ones here. And then in this drawer here, I've got all of my activewear. I did do quite a big declutter of this section because I had so much, and a lot of Nike items and Lululemon sell really well on Depop. So any that I wasn't reaching for, I've just put in the basket to sell. And then right at the bottom here, we've got all of my knitwear. So I actually had so much knitwear, I didn't even realize. Just because generally when I do gifted collaborations, it's often with wintry stuff. So yeah, I've kept all the ones that I wear often and wear to work during the winter, but I also am going to be selling quite a few as well. And then with these drawers here, because I have the bottom two and Ryan has these ones, in here I've got all of my underwear, and these little felt organizers fit perfectly. So we've got undies, bras, socks, bikinis, and then other things like hats and beanies and some belts I've kept there. And then this one here is actually completely empty, so I've got a full spare spot there. Not sure what I'm going to use it for yet. I might even move my stuff down and Ryan can have an extra drawer, but I don't think he needs it either. So yeah, it is nice to have some spare space, especially when it comes into winter. So these are all my shoes that I decided to hold on to. I still have some more actually, so I'm thinking I would have loved to have another. See, this is like a double up, but it's the one that kept kind of dropping down. So I've just stacked some of my shoes behind each other. So we've got my runners, these are my Adidas sneakers. I keep my Vans just because whenever I'm doing gardening and I don't want to ruin any of my shoes, these are great. And the laces are there, I don't know why I've taken those out, but they're always good for that. My RM Williams, which I don't really wear. These are probably my most expensive shoes. Ryan bought them for me. But ankle boots aren't really in at the moment, but they might come back in, so if they do, I'll be wearing those. I've got my the Row boots, which I love. So excited to start wearing these. And of course my old faithful Zara patent boots. And then down here I've got all of my things like sandals, some heels, my work shoes, my Tiva sandals, slippers and stuff like that. So there's still some more space here, but I do have my a couple of other pairs of shoes at the front door, so I can put them in here. So that is all of my shoes, and I did give them all a wipe down as well because yeah, these ones had a little bit of mold going on just because I never really wear them. So there you have it guys, that is my whole wardrobe completely reset. Now I just need to go to the effort of actually selling a lot of my stuff, but I am thinking I just want to pick out one thing and list maybe one thing on Depop per day, and over a couple of weeks everything will be up there ready to go. And I hope this has encouraged you to do the same. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a big like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out. And I hope you're looking forward to the other videos that I have planned for January. I'm sticking with the theme of resetting and getting ready for 2025 and just doing a lot of decluttering and cleaning. I think in my next video I'm going to share with you my capsule wardrobe for 2025. So all the pieces that I wear all the time and the ones that I'll be taking into the new year. So yeah, I will catch you all in my next one. Bye guys.